Python programming language. Indentation. Python uses indentation to define block of code, unlike other programming languages. Most of the programming languages like C, C++, Java use braces to define a block of code. All statements with the same distance to the right belong to the same block of code. A code block, body of a function loop etc., starts with indentation and ends with the first unindented line. It must be consistent throughout that block, otherwise it will give indenting error or may give a different result. Now let us review the example for incorrect indentation. Now let us review the example for correct indentation. Let us write the code and view the result in command line. In Python, we use the hash, number, symbol to start writing a comment. Also one can use triple quotes, either or. Multiple statements in a single line. How to write multiple statements in a single line. The preferred way of wrapping long lines is by using Python's implied line continuation inside parentheses, brackets, and braces. Let us review the code for multiple statements in a single line. We check the result in command line. Let us review the another example for multiple statements in a single line. Let us review the another example for multiple statements in a single line as print x, print y, print z in a single line. We check the result in command line. Data types and data structures. Python supports int, long, float and complex. It also supports built-in data structures as string, list, tuple, and dictionary. List are object, tuples are immutable, dictionary is a sequence of items. Each item is a pair made of a key and a value. Dictionaries are not sorted. One can access to the list of keys or values independently. Now we review the data types and data structures. In Python, data types are int, float, long, complex and boolean. Let us review code for data structures for string and list. For tuples and dictionary. Now we write the code and view the result in command line. Using logical operators. An operator. Or operator. Not operator. In and not in. Is and is not. All and any. In Python, logical operator as and or. In this example we use not and with if statement and any, all with if statement. We write code for and, or, in not in, any, all, is not. Check the result in command line. If condition. Syntax. If expression 1. Statement, s. If expression 2. Statement, s. If expression 3. Statement, s. Else. Statement, s. An if else sequence is a substitute for the switch or case statements found in other languages. Now let us review the code for if condition using if and else. Let us write a code and see the result in command line. Let us review nested if statement, that is if with if statement. And check the result in command line. Types of loop. There are two types of loops in Python, for and while. For loops iterate over a given sequence, while loops repeat as long as a certain Boolean condition is true. Types of loops, while and for. Now let us review a simple while loop with condition count less than 10. And test in command line. Infinite loop. This while loop will go endlessly till the input entered is 0. While condition will be false, if count is 0 and will quit. Let us check the code in command line. While loop with break and continue. Let us check the code in command line. While loop using else in loop. Check code in command line. For loop. Syntax. For variable in sequence. Statements. If condition. Statement. Else. Statements. When to use for loop. When you have a block of code which we want to repeat a fixed number of times. It iterates sequence of statement in the block and executing the block each time. For loop using range. The syntax for range is range, begin end, step. For loop, using list. Let us check the code in command line. Example for nested for loop. Example using for loop with else. Example for loop with index of string. Example for loop with break and continue. Let us test this for loop. Thanks for watching.